Acute and chronic pancreatitis and EPI in dogs and cats. For acute pancreatitis, the predisposing factors are obesity, high-fat diets, and drugs, such as corticosteroids, and it's common in miniature schnauzers. For the pathogenesis, local inflammation can lead to systemic effects, such as systemic inflammatory response syndrome, multiple organ dysfunction syndrome, and disseminated intravascular coagulopathy. For the diagnosis, you can have specific tests for lipase, such in the case as canine pancreatic lipase in dogs and feline pancreatic lipase in cats. You can also do imaging in the case of ultrasound to see peripancreatic changes, and in the lab changes you can see an increased white blood cells and decreased calcium. For the treatment, you can give fluids, pain relief in the case of opioids, antiemetics such as maropitant, and low-fat diets and early feeding. The complications can be sepsis, where you give antibiotics, and DIC, where you give a plasma transfusion. For chronic pancreatitis, the predisposing breeds are toy breeds, terriers, and spaniels, and it happens more often in cats than dogs. The complications can be extrahepatic biliary obstruction, or EHBO, diabetes mellitus, and EPI. For the diagnosis, the tests are canine pancreatic lipase for dogs and feline pancreatic lipase for cats. The treatment is a low-fat diet. You manage complications such as EPI and diabetes mellitus, and you give pain relief. In feline pancreatitis, the differences are the chronic form is more common, and it's linked to weight loss and poor diet. For the diagnosis, you do a feline pancreatic lipase test. And for the treatment, it's the same as dogs, but you give appetite stimulants, and you also give B12. For exocrine pancreas insufficiency in the case of EPI, for the etiology in dogs, it can be caused by pancreatic acinoma atrophy, which is an autoimmune condition in German Shepherd dogs. And in cats, it's found in chronic pancreatitis. The symptoms are polyphagia, butt weight loss, and clay-like stools. For the diagnosis, you do a trypsin-like immunoreactivity test, which is specific for EPI. For the treatment, you can give pancreatic enzymes and a diet that's easily digestible, such as moderate fat and low fiber, and B12 supplements, and antibiotics for bacterial overgrowth.